Hey guys, I'm Eric Leopold, and today I got a new product review for you today from Invictus Practical shotgun caddies. That was a 421, had a 64 on my first shot and a 357 on my second shot. Not bad. I definitely feel like I can improve that. I think this product is going to help me get to a much better level, and I hope it helps you get there too. Not bad for live fire, shot to shot for 8. Dry fire is going to be obviously 10 to 15% faster. However, I think I can get that 357 down to a 3.2 in that range on live fire. So stick around, it's going to be a great show. Let me get this thing unloaded and we'll get this going. This is the new Invictus Practical injection molded caddy. Right away you're going to notice a lot of things that are different versus the old laser cut Delrin style clips. First of all, these things are a lot lighter. They're roughly 30% lighter, and we'll get to that here in a minute. But the biggest thing that I've noticed right out of the gates is the retention is exactly the same, yet I can be much more aggressive on my grab because these edges here are rounded off and they're a lot smoother than this laser cut Delrin. I'm sure that anybody's done any quad loading practice with their IP caddies, you guys have had cut up fingers just like myself. So coming in here a little bit too aggressive and I get cut up. Not a big deal, not a deal breaker, but this definitely changes the game, makes it a lot smoother. We're going to get into a little bit of a question and answer period I did with Kevin Pratt, the owner of Invictus Practical. So let me put this stuff up here a little bit and get myself situated. We're going to go ahead and get into this question and answer period. First question I had was, is this plastic just a regular quote-unquote plastic, or is there a special type of formula other than it being injection molded? Kevin's answer was quite technical, kind of shows his knowledge as far as his product goes and things like that, but I broke it down to a little bit more simple answer for us people who don't understand that stuff, like me. So the material is basically an acetal copolymer resin. He said during development we tried a number of different polymers and formulations, of which there's hundreds just within the acetal family alone before settling on this particular compound. It says the upshot of this particular acetal copolymer is that it very satisfactorily mimics the mechanics of the original laser cut Invictus Practical shell clips with regard to retention versus ease of release, while it's also noticeably smoother and far more impact resistant. The springier material tends to bounce when dropped instead of breaking, as the laser cut parts sometimes did. Also, just for what it's worth, this material is also very, very expensive. It was not selected for cost-saving purposes, but because of how well it performs. But he says it's money well spent in his opinion. Okay, so my next question was these extra holes. What are these extra holes for? And he had those on the old clips as well, and I just kind of assumed those were to hold the two different pieces together. But when I seen the injection molded ones, it still has the holes, and I started to wonder about it. He says they will serve a purpose in the future, but he can't elaborate right now. So more good things coming from Invictus Practical. Third question, is this manufacturing process faster on his end, leading to better customer satisfaction from not being back ordered? He said lead times are somewhat improved, but he said the biggest benefit from a manufacturing standpoint is greatly improved quality with far less hand finishing required, as well as dramatically reduced assembly times. Kevin, if you guys don't know it, hand assembles every one of these caddies. So now he doesn't have to put these two parts together. That changes the game for him personally and makes it a lot better. He says basically the product is now better than ever in virtually every regard, yet easier and quicker to produce with significantly refined quality. Developing the mold did require substantial investment of both time and capital, but he's very happy with the results for his customers first, and then Invictus Practical as well. My fourth question I asked him was, has he weighed these out? Because they definitely feel lighter to me. And is that a big deal in our game? No, absolutely not. But they are lighter, they're stronger, they're a better product. So in the end, if you can save a few ounces, why not, right? Why carry around a few extra ounces even though it's like one cheeseburger? So he said, yeah, he has weighed them out, and these old quad clips were about 1.2 ounces. The new ones are now about 0.8 ounces, so it's roughly about 30% lighter. Weight savings wasn't a primary concern for him. The internal skeletization, all along the back here, was driven by design requirements for the injection molding process to control shrinkage as the plastic cools. But it's certainly an added bonus, especially given how much stronger and more resilient the new lighter parts are. So my fifth question is, if a customer breaks their old style laser cut Delrin clips, is it going to be standard practice to replace with the new injection molded, or is he going to keep some of the old style on hand to replace the broken clips? And he says basically, in a nutshell, for now he's replacing with his leftover supply of the laser cut clips. You know, of course, it's still free of charge, like always. Like I mentioned before, IP has the best warranty in the business. All you got to do is send him a picture of your broken clip so he knows exactly which clip it is, and so he's replacing the correct part. And then he'll replace it for free. But in a nutshell, he said that right now he's still replacing with the laser cut until that supply runs out, and then eventually he'll be going back to replacing with the injection molded. But he says, you know, the new parts are so much better that he doesn't think a shooter would be disappointed to upgrade now anyway, and they are in stock at invictuspractical.com. I would definitely tend to agree with him. You're not going to be disappointed to spend the money for this upgrade, and it's going to give you an added benefit of, if for some crazy reason you were at a match and you broke one of these, you know, your partner steps on them or whatever, because, you know, going prone, you're probably not going to break them unless you're doing it on concrete. But the added benefit is you could take these off when you replace these, and now put a couple of these in your shotgun bag, and if you break one, no big deal, pop it off the skeletonized frame and put the, you know, the old laser cut one on. You're still going to have the same feel, the same retention. You know, even if you had one injection molded and one laser cut, it's not going to change the game for you, and you're back in the game loading. Whereas some of these other companies, we won't mention any names, but you can't do that. So you're out of the game as far as that caddy goes. So if you break one before a all shotgun stage per se, you might not have the caddies to finish that stage. As far as that goes, I asked him, I said, hey, you know, is there anything else you can think of and that you want people to know? And basically he wants everyone to know that his product is moving forward, and with more advanced manufacturing technique and injection molding, still using the very best materials available, and you know, they're better than ever right now. So we're not gonna, like I said, we're not going to mention names of any other companies, but this company is moving in a forward direction. And personally, that's something I like. I want to be with a company, even though I'm not a sponsored shooter by Invictus Practical. I like their product so much, I've been using it for 2 years now, and I put a sticker on my shotgun just because I believe in the product. But they're a company that's moving forward, and they are, you know, kind of getting things done, and, you know, kind of setting the standard, I feel, for the 3-gun and shotgun action world. So check them out, invictuspractical.com. Okay guys, so there you have it, straight from the horse's mouth. At the end of the day, these Invictus caddies are the most cutting edge, high-tech product out there as far as shotgun caddies go that I've found. You know, you're not going to be disappointed at all. So hit Kevin up at www.invictuspractical.com, get his phone number, give him a call, text, whatever. He'll answer you any time of day. You're not going to be disappointed with these caddies.